I didn't do the girly stuff. That just wasn't me. And I didn't think that I was capable of it because I just didn't know any other way until I did this. I was a bit of a tomboy, and I never grew out of that. I wasn't very feminine. I didn't feel sexy. I certainly was not graceful at all. When I was going to school for accounting, I drove a truck, a tractor trailer, and I still have a Class A CDL. So when I say that I was unfeminine, I mean it. I went to work every day in jeans and a ball cap, and I got greasy, and I drove a truck for a living, and I loved it. My name is Michael because my parents thought they were having a boy. My father's name is Michael. So yes, that's why we always laugh, you know, that he got the son that he wanted, but in a different package. When I told my family, I got some mixed responses. My mother thought it was absolutely wonderful. She said, "That's a little feminine for you, isn't it?" So my father didn't say much. Of course, any father would have the same reaction. I think that they were able to see what it was doing for me personally and that I was really happy, and so they were supportive of it. Shocked, just like anyone else would be when they first hear pole dancing, because of what people think of when they think of pole dancing. I got into pole fitness as just a fitness class, as an exercise. I needed to lose about 10 or 15 pounds. Like most women, I couldn't do it. I had heard of this, and I was hesitant, but I had to check it out. And I went and loved it. What it started to do for me and what I saw in myself was I never thought that it could happen. I never thought that I would be graceful and that I would be, you know, dancing and doing these movements and doing them well. And now not only am I doing them, but I'm able to share that with other people and teach them how to do it. I would have never imagined, this is a long way from where I've been, but I've never felt so strongly about anything, and I knew that this was what I wanted to do. I go home and I feel good, because I know that I am changing other women's lives.
What I do for you, what I give just to get you, I give everything I've got. And I do for you, for as long as I had you, I do anything you want.
The way that the classes are set up is that we do a full 20-minute warm-up. So we keep some soft music on, we sit down on the yoga mats. It starts off nice and slow. It's a lot of stretching for flexibility, getting the body warmed up, and we do a little bit of strength training, push-ups, which no one's fond of, but they work great to build the upper body strength. And once we're, like I said, that's about usually a full 20 minutes of the hour class before we even get to the poles. And then I usually change the music to something a little bit more upbeat, and then they have the option to wear or not to wear the shoes. Most of them choose to wear the stilettos, and even when they come in and they don't think they want to wear them, I always tell them just try it, just to see if you'll like it, and once they do, then from then on they usually wear the shoes. So we work on some pole work, different moves and spins and things like that, and then towards the end of every class, we do work on a routine where we put steps together, something that we can all do together, and that we always do the same and then we just add to it. That way we're all learning and everyone can remember it, and it's something that we can do together.
The day after my first class was really weak. You didn't realize how many, muscles that you use that you didn't have to do so. Definitely some bruises. Mm-hmm. And then you kind of look at them and laugh and was like, wow, this is from
pole dance.
Yeah. But yeah, it just kept me saying, okay, this is going to get better. And it does. So it really does.
I have such a span of ages that come in, from 20s to, I think my oldest is 64. She does the same things that everyone else does, and more, because I know people younger who would not be able to come to class, back-to-back days in a row, and she does it.
I'm a really small person, so I'm not very strong, and it's just in the maybe 20 classes I've done, my strength is noticeably improved. My coordination, my endurance time, I'm not so tired, and more than anything, my confidence. I leave here feeling strong and tall and proud as a human being. It really has done something for my soul and my core as well as my exterior. It just makes me feel really, really good, and I look forward. A day without Mikal is a dark day.
The transformation for me personally is unbelievable, and that I can do that for someone else is such a great feeling. It's not just a physical thing. I can see the transformation in them from the first time they come here, and they're nervous, and and then after a while, they're confident, they feel good when they walk out the door, they have their head up, and they're smiling, and they're confident, and it's great. It's an amazing thing.
It changes you completely. I'm married, and it definitely changed the way that I see things. It changed the way that I feel about myself. I'm more confident. I am more fulfilled. So it's a great feeling.
I like pole dancing for a lot of reasons. The first being that it makes me feel good as a woman. But what I hope to be able to share with other people in the future as I get better is the empowerment of oneself. And I came in here a few months ago really beat up. I was going through a divorce, and I was lonely, and I was scared, and yes, I'm thin and all those things that make pole dancing. That's what you think about pole dancing out there in the world, that it's some woman on a pole in a strip club. But it wasn't about that. I came in here one day and I was able to look at myself in the mirror, and what I saw wasn't a person in less clothing, but a woman inside in my heart. And for me, I felt empowered. Doing exercise to make me stronger, to make me feel better, helped me to transform from a lonely, sad person to a strong woman. I left feeling a little bit taller and a little bit more open and a little bit more willing to share myself with the world.
Most women, and not all women, but a lot of women will never step foot into a strip club if they have been. The whole thing is, it's just so it's outside of the realm of most people's reality. I mean, they would never consider for a second doing something like that or taking their clothes off in front of strangers. And this kind of gives them the opportunity to see at least what it feels like to be dancing around the pole and to feel sexy and not having to take it to that extent. So it kind of allows them to have the the sexiness, and they can put on the high heels and dance around the pole without putting themselves out, in front of people they don't know, which again, they feel safe here. I think the environment here is really important to them being comfortable. We keep very low level lighting in here. We play music, and I think that's all a part of them getting comfortable. And they can see themselves, and they look at themselves, and they're thinking, wow, I look great. And having the mirrors here is a great thing.
Pole dancing is an incredibly sensual art, and I think it's hot. Yeah, it has affected my life in lots of sensual and passionate ways.
Actually, it spiced up my relationship, and I mean, it's great. There's a way that you feel more sexy, more sensual,
Like confident.
more confident.
You just feel
yeah. I feel good about myself, and I've lost 51 pounds.
Wow.
And nothing is impossible. So I feel great. Yeah, I started with a very strict diet. I was working out pretty hard, and then I got into a plateau where I wasn't losing weight or gaining weight. And I was like, I'm tired of doing the same thing, going to the gym after work. I was like, I need something that can boost my body, something that helps me. And I found Mikal, and after that, it's been, I've lost even more pounds. I've lost 20 pounds, and I keep losing weight, and it's great. I mean, I feel more toned. It's amazing when I look myself, in the mirror, and it's very nice.
That makes me cry. It's sweet.
No,
It is. It's
I'm
beautiful.
I was like the ugly, fatty girl at school, and my family, my cousin, she was like, hey, not even a mosquito would ever, touch you or something like that. So I was always, very depressed. And I don't know, it was a very, very bad feeling going through eating disorders and some other stuff because of my weight thing. And, now I'm at 126 pounds. And I'm like, I can't believe that I accomplished all this. And I am very grateful with Mikal, who she really pushes me,
Yeah.
and she really taught me that I am a very, I'm a
Beautiful woman.
Thank you.
A very beautiful woman.
Thank you.
With a really good heart.
Thank you. And nothing is impossible. So, very good experience. I'm 23, and I can tell that I'm happy with my life.
If somebody would have told me years ago that I would be doing this, I would have laughed. I mean, there's just this is so beyond anything that I would have ever considered doing. Just because I didn't think I could. I didn't think I had it in me. And I certainly didn't feel like I was feminine or graceful. And I'm still not graceful. But on the pole, I can be graceful. I'm in the best physical shape now at 35 than I've ever been in my life. And I'm strong, I feel good, and it's all because of this. Doing this has changed my life entirely, which is why I now have opened a studio, because I want to do the same for others.
For as long as I had to, I'd do anything. You